Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be the second game of this WC3 series. So far we've had every single quarterfinals. Well, not every single, it's just the past two, ending up with a 2-0 sweep. So LawLiet has to pick up this game if he doesn't want to be swept as well. Tree of Life. Not Tree of Life, why is it Tree of Life? LawLiet spawning in as the Blue Knight of Play on the top left, and his opponent is going to be Warden's TeD, spawning in as the Red Undead Play on the top right. Maps on Echo Isles, so it's I guess it's sort of a neutral map for these two players, so can't really comment on that front, but yeah, let's talk about TeD's game plan coming in game 1. So mass schools, it was pretty much 50-50 on that front, I think. So yeah, mass schools, nothing wrong with that. And then he went gargoyles after he got the graveyard and tier 2. To be honest, I think it was a brilliant timing from TeD, because like at the time he had like 4 gargoyles. LawLiet just finished his Ancient of Lore, so yeah, couldn't really deal with those gargoyles, couldn't really contain the amount of gargoyles in the air, so it eventually got out of control. Not to mention that TeD was taking advantage of his second base anyway, was able to get to tier 3, get Frost Rooms, win the game. Basically that's what happened. Let's see if I guess what happened in game 1 is replicated in game 2. Anyway, Acolyte Scouts, so that could mean a couple of things, but we are going to have a lot of ghouls moving out anyway. This is going to disrupt LawLiet kind of significantly. We even have LawLiet going for a Warden first, so kind of desperate. He really wants to win in the early game right now, so take advantage of the variety of skills that the Warden offers. So the Death Knight was able to pick up a couple of kills right there. The Warden able to secure the Renegade Wizard, I believe. We'll be able to get to level 2 hopefully after killing these 2 level 1s. Unless TeD has something to say about it. He does. Does have a little bit of experience, probably from one of these camps, or one of these creeps. Ugh. Either way, Death Coil. Oh, actually, he's gonna be a Death Coil first, so it could mean a couple of things, but it's still gonna be mass gargoyles. No, still gonna be mass ghouls. It's not necessarily that Death Coil is bad on mass schools, it's just easier to get surrounds and easier to continue being aggressive. So the Warden took a chunk of damage, but we'll be able to heal up thanks to the Moonwell. Boot to speed from the Renegade Wizard, not necessarily improving on her combat stats, so it's neither good or bad. It's kinda good since she's gonna be faster anyway, so yeah. Yeah, but ultimately nothing really happened. The creep camp wasn't even cleared out, so the Warden did not even get her level 2, which is probably important. Warden's usually strong once she gets a multitude of abilities, so Shadow Strike's obviously one, and it was the one that was chosen for the first ability. TeD is going to probably face some problems right here. I mean, with a Warden on you, with at least one more Shadow Strike left available, it's going to be a tough time, especially since Undead doesn't have a reliable sustain.
A player's forces are under attack.
Besides the Death Knight, but the Death Knight can't Death Coil himself, so yeah, he's facing a problem right there. Graveyard nearly completed, Halls of the Dead is halfway there. We might just have the normal Crypt Fiend build from TeD. But then again, he's proved me wrong a couple of times anyway, so Let's just see what he goes for.
A player's forces are under attack.
Skeletons are clearing out this camp. Just long distance creeping, but skeletons are not enough, so yeah. At least the Death Knight did get himself that level 2 Unholy Aura. Will be invaluable in during these engagements. TeD, just healing that ghoul with the Death Coil. However, the Warden is going to be persistent and once again going for that Shadow Strike, but another Death Coil follows up from TeD. Nice usage of blocking right there, but the Warden does have boosted speed. She will be able to just make her way around that Death Knight. But bringing in 2 units to block is, yeah, it's going to help way more. So it is going to be Crypt Fiends coming in from TeD. At least LawLiet has seen that, so he will be able to, I guess, make adjustments appropriately. I'm pretty sure he's still go for Ancient of Lores anyway. Hunter's Soul actually being placed down rather late. I think LawLiet was holding it off on going either Ancient of Winds or Ancient of Lores, but wow, he really delayed that significantly. He's also gone for tier 3 before any of the Ancient of Lores, so surprising. And I think it could kind of hurt him in the long run. I mean, he will eventually have less units than TeD, unless TeD is going to be hovering at 50 supply. Slaughterhouses placed down halfway to tier 3 for TeD. Lich has now been completed, so, or has now been fully trained up. Needs to be careful, LawLiet, but look, he's acting like he has a blink, so he might have the blink available. Unless he has Fan of Knives, then it completely proves me wrong. No disappearance from either of these 2 heroes, so yeah, it's gonna be a problem, but LawLiet is also gonna face a problem because it's nearly daytime, so TP out of there. No blink actually, so probably a big mistake from LawLiet right there. Using such an expensive item for literally nothing. Nothing done, so yeah, not even getting a single Acolyte, not even forcing TeD to cancel that tier 3, so yeah, kind of a loss, I guess, in that front. Anyway, even though I did say TeD is going to go Crypt Fiends, he doesn't have that many Crypt Fiends out. I think this is his second one. I think he was focusing more on his Obsidian statues, but looks like the Crypt Fiends will start piling out. Meanwhile, LawLiet is going to be clearing out this gargantuan sea turtle camp. The Warden is at level 3, will get to that level 4 as well, so it's going to help her quite a bit. Pendant of Energy has also been picked up as well, so yeah, the more energy you have, the more mana you have, the more spells you can just dish out. Potion of Invisibility has been used as well, so he is hopefully looking to either pick off some units or just deal some economic damage. Checking for any expands, I mean, absolutely crucial for when you're facing an undead player such as TeD, who likes to expand. So army supply of 41 versus LawLiet's 31. We have Wellsprings queued up, as well as Ultravision. We have the double Ancient Floors as well, but Bears are now being queued up. Level 2 Shadow Strike right there will be able to pick off these Acolytes. Level 2 Fan of Knives as well, dealing a bit of damage. A bit meaning a lot. Not able to pick off that single ghoul, but it will force TeD to retrain his Acolytes, and that was pretty good because he killed pretty much all his Acolytes. This is going to be a problem since he is going to be facing a TeD that has 3 heroes. So Naga Sea Witch has been added to the duo Undead. Ancient Protector has been placed down as well. LawLiet just playing it safe. He doesn't want to risk any of the early sieges coming in from TeD. Level 2 for the Lich, so probably has himself his Dark Ritual ability, so he'll be able to just spam his Frost Novas. Pretty good surround. Unfortunately, these ghouls are low hit points anyway, so they will eventually be taken out. Invulnerability Potion pretty much broke the surround right there. And yeah, the Warden just doing Fan of Knives and picking off these units. Dark Ritual has been used to deny that Crypt Fiend, so Warden, yeah, won't get any more free experience, although very close to level 6. I am actually worried about this being a really long game. I mean, looking at the timer right now, it's 11 minutes into the game, and it's not even halfway. Generally a bad sign for me, but that means that this video will be even longer, so... and maybe the game gets even epic. Let's just see how this goes. Fan of Knives used, as well as the Shadow Strike right there. Death Knight is going to take quite a bit of damage, but he does have a lot of hit point or health potions available, so doesn't look like he will be dying anytime soon. Okay. So what is both players going to go for? Abominations are being added for TeD, more Crypt Fiends as well. It looks like TeD's just going to stick with his double Obsidian Statues. Doesn't look like he's actually going to be considering Destroyers in this game, or at least not yet. Meanwhile, LawLiet just continuing to pop out those bears. He is actually going to expand. I'm actually surprised that TeD hasn't considered it himself, so yeah, if LawLiet manages to get this expand, he will be able to secure the ability to just have an upkeep army. Death Knight. Okay, apparently nothing is happening. Okay, never mind. TeD is gonna go Destroyers. Kinda took a while, but there we go. Warden, as soon as she TPs in, she gets greeted by every single magic combination that TeD could throw out, especially those Orb of Annihilation, which 25 chaos damage additionally is pretty hard hitting. Abomination looks like he will be taking down. The Shadow Strike will be able to just chunk down the remainder of the health, but Warden needs to be careful. Ooh, really needs to be careful. Level 5, and she was taken out. Pretty close to level 6, almost got that Avatar Vengeance, but unfortunately the Lich is pretty long range, able to snipe many units, and LawLiet is going to be hero-less for quite some time. Thankfully it's only nighttime, so TeD doesn't have that much or that long of a vision range in nighttime, but yeah, he's just gonna check this and find out that there is an expand. And funny that the expand has just completed, so can't be cancelled. TeD is going to enjoy this, unless LawLiet like successfully defends this. We are gonna have a Tavern Revival from the Warden, so we'll be able to utilize those moon walls, get back into the fight. The Wellsprings is really gonna help LawLiet, since those moon walls not only have an additional 125 mana, it has like an additional, what is it, 200% regeneration rate as well, so it's pretty good. It's just probably one of the best upgrades or research for the Night Elf, in my opinion. The way Crypt Fiends are going to be dealt with thanks to the Warden, they will go with another Shadow Strike coming in. The Dark Ritual will actually be the finishing touch from TeD, denying further experience from the Warden. But thankfully enough, she only needs 1 kill to get that Avatar of Vengeance. Let's see how this will work out. TeD kind of playing it smart over here. I think he's playing it smart. I mean, like, we usually see players, often human players, go for like no units, just heroes only, but nah, TeD's just replenishing his army. He's adding A-bombs, he's adding Crypt Fiends and statues, just, yeah. The point I was gonna make was, by having a hero-only ground army, you deny the productivity of an Avatar of Vengeance, but yeah, there is possible corpses to kill, so, or utilize, so yeah, TeD needs to be careful about that, I think. Level 4 Death Knight, level 3 Lich, level 3 Naga Sea Witch versus a level 5, oh, actually level 6 Warden, so was able to get that final kill off. Just spawn the Avatar of Vengeance now, I think. Probably not. Some retraining has been picked up. I think she got herself the Blink Fan of Knives combo. Or it could be the Blink Shadow Strike combo. It could be either one. Let's just see how it turns out. TeD just clearing out the camps. I mean, he has 3 heroes, so experience is going to be spread out to its lowest, which is kind of bad. It is going to be level 3 Shadow Strike and level 2 Blink, as well as the Avatar of Vengeance most likely from the Warden right now, so not the best of AoE damages, so can't really pick off all of those acolytes. Unfortunate, but oh well. Pretty risky right there, going for a TB staff in front of all 3 heroes, but thankfully not enough damage, will not be able to pick it off. TeD with about 3 statues on the ground. I think at least like one of them will go into statue form, but he is just going to clear out the remainder of the camps. After this one, it's pretty much going to be the marketplace, which only has 1 creep, and these Murlocs over here, as well as over here. Okay, so the item, actually I have no idea what the item was. It might have been this Ring of Regeneration. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for that. He picked up that Ring of Regeneration. Like in game 1, it was really good on the Death Knight because it works in conjunction with the Unholy Aura as well, so gonna be pretty beefy. Again, LawLiet just harassing with the Warden. Shadow Strike able to pick off the first ghoul over there. Will she be able to go for another one? Nope, she's just gonna switch targets. Oh, actually go after the other ghouls, so yep, nicely done right there. Just gaining the little experience, just dealing with TeD's economy, I guess. I'm actually lost for words. Hard to explain, I guess. And yeah, TeD's not really done much to deal with this Warden. He does have a Nerubian tower. I'm actually very surprised no spirit towers have been constructed. So maybe that might be the next move TeD needs. Hippogriffs on the way as well. Yeah, I guess it's understandable. Those destroyers need to be dealt with, and hippogriffs are pretty good at that. Unfortunately, that they tend to bunch up like every air unit does, and that just leads to massive AoE damage from Frost Nova, from Fork Lightning as well as the Orb of Annihilations from the destroyers, so it's gonna be a big risk. TeD's pretty much all consumables right now. I mean, he had the Ring of Generation, but he saw no value in it. I'm actually surprised that he saw no value at all. Scrolls of Healing, Invulnerability Potions, Health Potions, just left and right, it's consumables every time. The Warden, not sure what the Warden is doing. She's gonna Shadow Strike this Crypt Fiend. Is Burrow researched? Does not look like it. It looks like this Crypt Fiend will be taken out. Nope. TeD is gonna say something about that. He is going to just utilize the Death Coil to heal up the Crypt Fiend. Death Knight is still at level 4. So Death Coil right there. But I think it was just mana wasted. Frost Nova was not in range. I guess not, just a cumulative Death Coils could possibly kill the Warden, or at least, to the very least, use more mana from the Moonwells. I don't know, this game has now gone to the point where the creep camps have been cleared out, technically, and it's just pretty much about macro and micro right now. Macro, I think, is probably the more important of the two, because I mean, we have no fights just yet. So LawLiet did try to go for an expand, but TeD did indeed destroy it, so neither player's, I guess, gonna be comfortable going over upkeep. TeD is, but his economy is obviously suffering because of that. Meanwhile, LawLiet is staying on 49, which could eventually hurt him later on, because he's gonna only have 3 hippogriffs. Meanwhile, TeD can have up to about 4 destroyers. 3 of them most likely with mana as well, so there's gonna be a lot of damage if just a straight up engagement happens. Warden still trying to do what she does, shadow melding, probably waiting for the next blink. Dust appearance has been used, actually blinking to the acolytes. This will force a lot of burst coming down on the Warden, but Moonwells with Wellsprings just heal up the Warden. And funny thing enough is that she could possibly do that again. Yeah. Troll Trapper. Oh, actually, is the Warden utilizing the marketplace? Oh, she did, kind of. Wand of Illusion has been picked up. I guess since like there's no creep camps left, it's best to try and pick up that kind of item as much as possible. But like, it's such a weird, well, it's not a weird item to pick up from the marketplace, it's just surprising, I guess. So LawLiet able to take advantage of the Abolish Magic autocast, taking down the Death Knight Illusion. 69 over 70 versus 64 over 70. So LawLiet has now gained momentum in his army supply. He has about 6 hippogriffs in the air to counteract those destroyers. And like I said before, we could potentially have 3 destroyers with mana, but it looks like it's just going to be 2 destroyers with mana, but another one without. And TeD's just going to stick with his 2 statues, although he could probably train more. Okay, LawLiet has set up shop over here. Really wants to expand, but TeD is going to contest this as best he can. He needs to utilize that mana. I mean, destroyers will eventually just wear out of mana, so a fight needs to happen. Roar has been used, but the hippogriffs not really affected by Roar. which is rather unfortunate. So yeah, Griffin's also able to cast the autocast web anyway, so Hippogriffs can't really deal with those destroyers as best they can, but web has now worn off, and let's see how well they perform. Warden has been bursted pretty heavily, will be forced to get out of the fight for now. And once again, Hippogriffs being whipped down to the ground, and the destroyers will be gaining the opportunity to just rain down as much damage as possible. We do have one statue taken out. I'm not sure if the destroyers were able to suck the mana before it destroyed, but pretty good Frost Nova over there, picking off two of the retreating bears in time. And the Avatar of Vengeance is now out and running. The unfortunate thing is the Avatar itself is pretty low health, so if it gets killed off, then the spirits will get killed off. Alright, just gotta pay close attention to these last, or at least right now, because it's been a very long time. 26 minutes in game. I'm almost kind of losing it. So yeah, Avatar just playing it safe, letting the spirits do their work, but yep, able to get past those spirits. Spirits will eventually run out as well. And the bad thing is LawLiet is kind of running out of corpses. He needs to find new corpses, otherwise he just has to rely on killing TeD's units. Tree of Eternity has been placed down, and so it's a lot of health to try and burn through. Wow, Frost Nova just being eaten up by the Illusion Bear. So I think it's pretty nice usage of one of Illusion as well. Bears are casting Roar, but the destroyers can just easily devour that magic. Acolytes have been pulled out to try and repair those obsidian statues, most likely. Fork Lightning able to just finish off that single bear. Avatar Vengeance has nearly timed out. However, the good thing is the full duration of the Avatar Vengeance is actually the cooldown of LawLiet's, the Warden's ability to summon it, so I think you can continuously have the Avatar Vengeance out. It's just that existing spirits will have to be remade. And yeah, just constant fights. Obviously no need to micromanage the Spirits of Vengeance, since they're invulnerable anyway, but the Avatar has been timed out. Level 7 Warden. This is generally just an indicator of how long this game has been. Nearly level 8 Warden. She does have level 3 Blink, level 3 Shadow Strike, as well as the Avatar Vengeance, once again now out. And there are a couple of corpses out available on the field. Now LawLiet needs to be careful about his Avatar Vengeance. Doesn't look like TeD's gonna focus on it at all, so rather surprised about that, but yeah, he's just gonna go after the remaining buildings. Ooh, Warden nearly killed off with the Death Coil, but she was able to blink out of there. Level 8 has been gained, so I mean, she's gotta take Phantom Knife sometime. Plus she has a lot of mana to use it as well. 600 mana is not something to laugh about against a Warden. Alright, let's see how this will work out. Surprisingly enough, TeD's going after the Entangled Gold Mine. I would imagine him going after the Tree of Eternity instead, but since the Gold Mine is weaker, it's just easier to take out and just, what is it, starve LawLiet of gold. Nice Fork Lightning right there, pretty much baiting those wisps to come out, and then Fork Lightning to kill them off. Avatar Vengeance is still very annoying, but thankfully those spirits are not max numbered. Okay, so Tree of Eternity. Probably needs to get that entangled, but as of now he can only afford one wisp. Wow. It's not looking good for LawLiet. Hopefully he can translate a little bit by maybe just crippling the infrastructure of TeD. And wow, LawLiet utilizing the graveyard's corpses right there. Spirits of Vengeance able to be just summoned up thanks to those corpses lying around. It will take a very long time for the Black Citadel to be taken down though, and LawLiet obviously started later. But at least it'll be good damage. I believe we did have a Ziggurat being unsummoned. There we go with the graveyard being unsummoned too. So TeD is looking to probably go for an all-in-ish kind of strategy right here. LawLiet taking a heavy amount of damage with his Warden, but thanks to that very short cooldown on Blink, we'll be able to get out of any situation. And since it's like low mana cost as well, I think it's like 50 with a 1 second cooldown, I can't imagine the Warden being killed off unless hard CC. LawLiet will be losing himself his Tree of Eternity, and yeah, he is going to be revealed, which we rarely see in this type of play. But yeah, that will eventually happen. Act like in one-shot a pig, I guess. So what is TeD gonna do? I mean, he could unsummon a couple more buildings and place down a haunted gold mine, but no, does not look like that's gonna happen. Instead, TeD's gonna use it to buy additional items. I have no idea what he purchased. Warden blinking around. Soon we'll find out that his main base is going to be attacked and needs to answer that. Actually, is Blink 50 mana or is it 10 mana? I think it's 10 mana. Yep, totally 10 mana. 50 mana is probably its level 2 stage. Bear has been taken out, level 5 has been gained for the Lich, so an even powerful Frost Nova is available now, so Warden needs to be careful. Avatar Vengeance once again showing up to the fight. This is third appearance of the game. 5 food supply versus 33. There's a clear disadvantage right now against LawLiet, but he is able to utilize his Ancients. Let's see how these Treants will do. We like constantly hear the Warden blinking around with that pretty much overpowered ability, but what can she do? She can like hit and run with Shadow Strikes, but that's all to it. LawLiet is now being revealed, so any of his buildings that he is hiding will be shown. TeD actually surprisingly placed down a Necropolis here. I have no idea why he did that, but yeah, that's apparently a thing. Okay, apparently this just looks like TeD is just going to accept this. He's going to fight against these Treants, or maybe not. There's the Warden once again, Frost Nova, dealing quite a bit of damage. Will probably force the Warden to blink and heal up at the Moonwells, but it is not nighttime, so it's going to take a while. But GG from LawLiet. That is pretty much going to be game. To be fairly honest, that was really long for my tastes. I tend to just blabber on and on since it's just so long, so I do apologize for that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series. It's once again a 2-0 sweep. The next series, the final quarterfinals, is actually going to be a human mirror, which is Infi versus Yumiko, so please enjoy that. or at least look forward to it. I have no idea when I'm going to cast that, but hopefully it'll be soon. I'll see you guys next time.